Hey guys, Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be taking a look at the physical LR Ginyu Force, who just got their EZA on Global. Obviously we have these guys full link level 10 already. Good thing for me for this celebration is that I already had all the Ginyu Force units max link leveled. Because those of you who haven't been around the channel long enough to know, obviously back when we started the whole Super Battle Road King rivalry between myself and Truth, I was the first person in the world, essentially, in Dokkan, to beat the original, not the Extreme Super Battle Road, but the original Ginyu Force Super Battle Road stage with no items. And it's because as soon as the link level system came out for Global, the first team that I link leveled was the Ginyu Force, because I knew if they were all link leveled, that stage would be able to be done. So Ginyu Force fully link leveled. Now that they are EZA'd, their leader skills all types 3 key and 120%, so pretty useful for free to play, like for Battlefield or something like that. Their super attack effects, obviously they're an LR, so we have 2. They raise attack and defense for 1 turn and do colossal damage on their 12 key, and then they raise attack and defense for 1 turn, do mega colossal damage, and then they also raise allies attack and defense by 30% for 1 turn on their 18 key, which is really good. So key plus 2, attack and defense 77%. They get an additional attack and defense 10% per Ginyu Force ally on the team, up to 50%. All allies key 3, attack and defense 30%, and they randomly change key spheres of a certain type, not physical, to Rainbow if there is another Ginyu Force ally on the team. So obviously we're running the 200% leader skill team with the double AGL Ginyus. I did post on Twitter a little bit earlier. I was saying at the end of my stream that I obviously didn't need to do any more summons because I pulled Ginyu and I got a 79% Recallman Guldo, but I decided, you know, I'll do one more multi because then after a couple of days, once we've gotten the daily logins and stuff, I'll be at a nice round 500 stones, and I managed to pull a copy of Jace and Berta. So literally in the tickets, and I think, what was it, like 260 stones, I got everything I needed off of the banner, so very, very happy about that. So on this rotation, obviously we have the LR Ginyu Goku, technically like the weakest link on the team now, but because he has legendary power, obviously it's going to help out this guy quite a little bit. So let's go ahead and get the 18 key, and then of course that's going to give the attack buff to the Tech LR Ginyu Force as well. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of attacks that they put out, because they're getting the 200% leader skill as well. Obviously their EZA was just announced on JP, so it's quite a long way away for Global, unfortunately. But let's see what we get out of the physical Ginyu here on turn 1. 6.8 million on turn 1. Hello? The Tech Ginyu Force obviously do give a little bit of support as well, but like, this is far from the best rotation for this guy as well. Like, that in Raccoon and, Jace and Berta are giving 60% support if there's a Captain Ginyu on the rotation. So, ideally we want to get these guys together. So, I guess we'll do this for now. Actually, I probably should do this, although that means you're not going to super if I do that. So, let's do this. We'll get him floated off momentarily. We're going to have... we've basically got a full Ginyu Force team, but then because Ginyu's 170 leads are Terrifying Conquerors and Planet Namek Saga, we have brought the Int Garlic Jr., because obviously he is on Terrifying Conquerors. He's a solid unit. Mine's Rainbow full level 10 links. He's getting the 170 leader skill from Ginyu, so obviously he's going to be able to provide a nice 40% support buff here. So we don't get any links with Garlic Jr. So we can put them in slot 1, and then this will be interesting to see how this affects Raccoon and Guldo, because obviously they're going to get this 30% attack and defense buff from Ginyu super attacking. And then don't forget, they also raise defense on super. Then when they take the first hit, if they guard, because we don't have a Captain Ginyu on rotation, well, actually, let me double check their passive, because does it have to be Captain Ginyu? And there is an ally whose name includes Ginyu. So these guys are called Captain Ginyu brackets Ginyu Force, so that must count, right? So they'll get their guaranteed guard. So not only are they going to raise super on defense on super, when they take the first hit and guard, they're going to get a 50% defense buff, and they're getting a defense buff from LR Ginyu Force attacking in slot 1. So these guys are going to have a ridiculous amount of defense whilst also guarding on this turn. So very, very good. 5.2 million. So obviously you can see that links do have a pretty huge effect, because we have 40% on this turn. We had 30% on the last turn from the LR Ginyu Force, but we had all of those links active, including stuff like Legendary Power. So you can really see the difference that links make when it comes to the support and everything. And so, yeah, we're just going to take double-digit damage. And then Garlic Jr. at just under 2 million. Obviously, like I said, he's not getting the 200% leader skill, but he is still a very solid option to run as a support unit on this team. Alright, so this is going to be a pretty spicy turn, because the Tech LR Ginyu Force, they raise all allies' attack by 30% on their 18 key super. So if we 18 key super with them first, we're then going to be supering with this friend Ginyu, who is 69% by the way. So the friend has one dupe. We've got every single link active here, and Jace and Berta are giving 60% support. So, I mean, 4 million from the Tech LR, considering they don't have their EZA yet, is actually not too bad. Unfortunately, their defense is quite poor, and they actually get the kill. I'm kind of surprised about that, to be honest. That's more than I expected. So, but we get them floated off, so now obviously we can have these guys set up. So, with Raccoon and Guldo, we have 3 links. So, Ginyu Force Loyalty Signature Pose. And then with Captain Ginyu, we also have Respect, which I believe is the link that gives damage reduction, isn't it? No, it's 20% attack. Oh, well, there you go. So, again, this is another rotation that's going to work really nicely, because we're getting the 18 key super, which means we're getting the 30% attack and defense buff for everybody. So, the AGL Captain Ginyu here is going to be like over 300k defense by the time he super attacks here. We'll float off Guldo and Raccoon, because obviously they're in a, more difficult content where we were going for a win or like a challenge run or something. Obviously we would keep them on rotation as a slot 1 tank, but this is such a great buff. So the rotation I really want to see, even though we won't have Legendary Power, the rotation that I really want to see is Captain Ginyu, AGL Captain Ginyu, the physical LR Ginyu Force, and then having the Jason Berta in slot 3 for that support, because then that's going to be looking really, really good. So we've got 170k defense. We shouldn't get blown out here, even if we get supered in slot 1. Although, of course, that's going to open up the door for us to get the ability to exchange with... I say exchange. I guess technically it is just a transformation, right? Like, switching bodies with go, because it's a body exchange, right? The body change technique. I keep saying exchange, but I guess technically when comparing it to other units, it is a transformation, right? Not an exchange. But yeah, we're going to be able to transform. It just sounds weird saying we're going to transform into Goku Ginyu, but let me know what you guys say down below, because technically it isn't an exchange, but it's also not really a transformation, but I guess it kind of is. Let me know what you guys think. So Ginyu obviously just going off here, getting the support from the LR and from Garlic Jr. So very nice. Do we finish him off here? I guess the LR probably doesn't, right? Yeah, because we've got type disadvantage. So they're getting locked in slot 1. I guess we can deal with that for now. So the LR only is getting the links from Captain Ginyu. They're not getting any extra links from Jace and Berta here. So let's go ahead and grab these. Jace and Berta should be able to get some dodges in slot 1 so that we don't take too much damage. But they're giving 60% support. So the LR Ginyu Force has 268k defense pre-super. And then remember, we're going to be raising our defense by... Well, not only are we raising our defense by the 30% from their actual super attack effect, but then the all allies attack and defense 30% they get as well. So they are going to be well over 300k defense here, possibly even getting close to 350, which for an LR, that obviously we're showing him off here in like a showcase setting, keeping him on main rotation, but really what you would want to use this unit for is just being a 3rd slot floating unit for Captain Ginyu's team. Now, obviously, if you're free to play, maybe you tried out the discounts, or maybe you just wanted to do tickets, but you didn't want to do any stone summons, and you did manage to pull Ginyu, but you didn't pull any of the side banner units, then obviously the physical LR Ginyu Force is like the #1 pick to go on your team. Wow, 7 million. Yeah, 7 million for a unit that's giving this much support. I mean, with the way he's performing in this video, obviously by getting the 18 key super, he gives that buff to everybody who attacks after him. I mean, he's pretty much good enough to be run in slot 1 in some of this easier content. Like, obviously, when we start talking about red zone and stuff like that, obviously, you know, at the start of turn pre-super, having under 300k defense, it's not ideal, but if you're against a int enemy, then obviously you are going to have type advantage, so things could work out pretty nicely in that setup. So definitely very impressed with the physical LR Ginyu Force EZA. Obviously, because they are a Battlefield LR EZA, which they're very difficult to get, right? I did the video the other day about how expensive. It's like 675,000 Battlefield memories in order to get all of the Awakening medals to EZA them. So they seem to keep following this trend with free-to-play LRs, where the harder they are to EZA, the better they are, right? So that's why Prime Battle Frieza is so good, because you had to have already EZA'd the Prime Battle Goku, which means you had to have the 6 units EZA'd to do his event. Then you had to have Goku and the 5 other units EZA'd in order to do the Frieza Extreme Z area. So, obviously, because it was so quote-unquote difficult to get his EZA, that's probably one of the reasons why he's so good. So, now we're going to have a very good setup here. We've got 90% support, and we've got pretty much every link active here, including Legendary Power. I should have checked the defense, but the start of turn defense, I believe, is potentially over 300k. And then, yeah, 8.1 million attack stat for him is very, very good. And then we even get a level 3 dodge for good measure. We tank double digits from the normals. I didn't even really think about using an item, because we're on the Giant Ape Infinite Dragon Ball history. I mean, this team shouldn't really struggle with that. And look at that, big crit from the Tech Ginyu Force. I mean, they're still able to put out a pretty reasonable amount of damage, all things considered. I mean, this team is so good that, like, we're not going to get to exchange into Goku Ginyu, I think, because we're getting the Dokkan attack now, so this is obviously going to give us a heal, even if I don't hit the nodes and everything. So, I mean, this team's just not able to take enough damage outside of the really difficult events for you to actually get a chance to see the exchange into Goku Ginyu. But obviously this video is not about not about AGL Ginyu. And in his base, or, you know, standard Ginyu form, he is also supporting Ginyu Force members. So keeping him unexchanged for the purposes of this video is obviously helping out the physical LR Ginyu Force, because he's then acting as a support unit for them. But, you know, just casually dropping a couple of 4 million attack stats here. Is this my one or the friend one? I think it was the friend one, or did I put my one in slot 1? Because mine's only 55%. The friend one does have 1 dupe, so it was the friend one, yeah. So, and then here's mine, still just under 4 million, and that's with no support on the rotation, infinitely stacking defense. So, yeah, very, very good. Our rotation's got a bit messed up because of the rotation locking, unfortunately. But let's go ahead and see what we are going to do here, because we're getting now 100% support. We've only got 3 links active. We've got our start of turn defense is 276k, which is pretty good. Jace and Berta are at 182, which means by the time they super attack, they're going to be over 200k. So we are looking pretty good here. Definitely don't want to eat a super attack. Dodge is not disabled against this Gogeta though, so we should be looking pretty good. I think I gave them a level 5 silver additional. I finally had a decent silver skill orb. So yeah, we actually get the additional super. So spoke that into existence. That is from the level 5 skill orb, because they're only 55%. So obviously the free hidden potential they have. Oh, actually, no, wait, they do get an additional, don't they? Because we just did an additional normal attack. I think the additional normal attack was from the skill orb, but hey, it still went off in this turn. So 6.26 million. So, like I said on the previous turn, you can see the difference that links make, because we got up to 8.1 on the rotation with the Ginyu Goku LR in slot 3. And that unit gives 10% less support than Garlic Jr. But having all of those links active makes a huge difference. And 2 of the links, I can't remember which one it is, but one of the links that the 2 LRs share is a 5% damage reduction link as well. So, yeah, the LR Ginyu Force, actually insane. We probably win this turn. depending on how crazy Ginyu wants to go here. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think down below. But physical LR Ginyu Force are crazy good. Really good, like, top pick to be a floating support unit for this AGL Ginyu team. Because ideally you want to get both the banner units, right? I've already talked about on Twitter and in the previous video, you don't have to pull them if you want to run a decent Ginyu team. But if you do get both of them, I mean, the way I would run this team if we were trying to do an actual difficult event is I would have Jason, Berta, and Ginyu on one rotation, Rakuman, Guldo, and Ginyu on the other rotation, and then we can have the physical Ginyu Force, maybe Garlic Jr., and then depending on the event, like another support unit, right? Like if we're fighting a Goku family unit, we can use that Namek Frieza that has guard and damage reduction, as well as giving support, so he's a perfect extra unit to be on the team if you're fighting a Goku family enemy. Otherwise, there's a couple of other support units. You've got units like the STR free-to-play Jace, who can scout enemy super attacks. Obviously, that's very useful as well. So, yeah, all in all, I would say I'm definitely very impressed with this guy. So, I'm not going to transform. Actually, shall I transform here? Because this is a more realistic, I guess, example of what we could expect to see. Because, you know, you are going to transform Ginyu in the more difficult events, right? Because you're going to want to get that extra damage. So hopefully he doesn't just completely go off here and actually kill Gogeta, but we should see a very nice attack stat. Now remember, we have lost a little bit of support now for the physical Ginyu Force by exchanging into Goku Ginyu here. But alright, so even if we get the additional super, I think even if we crit now, we shouldn't finish him off. But yeah, it's a very solid and very realistic turn for the Ginyu Force LR. So what are they going to give us here? Yes, 6.4 million. I mean, with everything else that they do, like 6.4 million, over 300k defense, they're buffing everybody else, not just from the support, but now after supering, everybody else is getting that extra 30% attack and defense. So yeah, they are very good. So hopefully you guys did save up your Battlefield memories. Otherwise, unfortunately, it's going to be quite a while. They definitely need to revamp how much of the currency you actually get from doing Battlefield, because it's going to take way too long to build up the required memories if you didn't have them already. So we'll go ahead and let these guys finish this out here. Let me know what you guys think down below. Did you get all of the medals to EZA them? Have you tried them out? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.